So, you're wondering if you can bring meat on a plane? Good news. Meat is allowed in both your carry-on and checked luggage. But before you pack up your steaks or frozen chicken, there are a few key things to keep in mind. Let's start with the basics. According to the TSA, fresh meat, seafood, and even frozen meat are good to go in your carry-on or checked bags. But here's the catch: if you're using ice to keep your meat cool, the ice must be completely frozen when you pass through security. Any melted ice in your carry-on? That's a no-go because it exceeds the liquid limits allowed. Can you bring meat through airport security? When going through security, the TSA doesn't have specific restrictions on meat itself. The only thing to keep in mind is the ice rule. As long as it's fully frozen, you're in the clear. And if you're carrying peanut butter for that perfect steak topping, well, that falls under the liquid rule, so keep it under 3.4 ounces. Bringing meat in carry-on luggage. If you're bringing frozen or fresh meat in your carry-on, it's treated like a regular solid item at security. No limit on quantity, but don't forget about your airline's carry-on weight limit. If your flight is long, consider packing the meat in a cooler, but remember to check that the ice is still solid before hitting the TSA line. Canned meat in carry-on. Canned meat lovers, listen up. If you're carrying canned, spreadable meat like potted meat, make sure it's 3.4 ounces or less in your carry-on. Anything larger needs to go in your checked bags. Bringing meat in checked luggage. Now, if you're checking your luggage, feel free to pack as much meat as you want, frozen or otherwise. No worries if your ice melts, it's allowed in your checked baggage. How much meat can you bring on a plane? Most airlines don't limit the amount of meat you can bring, but keep an eye on their baggage weight restrictions. For example, American Airlines won't accept bags over 100 pounds. How to pack meat for a flight. When it comes to packing meat for your flight, here's the best way to do it. Use a cooler and zip-top freezer bags. Solid ice packs work better than regular ice to avoid any trouble at security. Freeze everything the night before your flight and pack your cooler tightly so nothing moves during transport. Can you bring meat on an international flight? Flying internationally with meat? That's where things get tricky. Some countries, like the UK and Canada, have restrictions on bringing meat. Always check the specific rules for your destination before you fly. So, can you bring meat on a plane? Absolutely. Just follow the TSA ice rule, pack your cooler properly, and make sure you're within your airline's weight limits. Bon appétit and happy travels.